On that note, I think I'm going to segue into the next team, which is the Royal Challengers Bangalore, which is a team which year on year their fans have had high hopes for, but unfortunately they've not been able to sort of deliver those performances. I think 2016 was the one year when. No, actually, going back, I think 2009 they made the finals of the tournament under Anil Kumble's leadership, lost to the Deccan Chargers. Then 2016 again they met uh, the Sunrisers Hyderabad in the final. And Kohli had an amazing year. Unfortunately, they couldn't get over the line. And ever since then, I think it's been a bit of hit and miss in terms of team combinations. Somehow things have never gelled for them. Uh, this year again, they've come with an interesting mix of some proven match winners and some untested players, especially in these kind of conditions. So, and again, given Bangalore, given where they play most of their cricket usually, which is in the MH Autonomy Stadium, which is again shorter grounds, bouncier pitches. The squad was again selected keeping those conditions in mind. So this is another squad which needs to adapt to the different conditions in the UAE, and it's going to be interesting to see what sort of combination they use to do that. And there's some clear strengths. I think they've got a fantastic top order. They've got brilliant options in Kohli, AB de Villiers. They've got Adam Finch. They've got Devdutt Padikkal, who has been much talked about. I think he was one of the highest scorers in the domestic competitions last year. And they've got a number of hard-hitting all-rounders in Chris Morris. I think it was a good buy for RCB. It's an area where they've had challenges in the past in terms of finding a consistent, um, hard-hitting all-rounder.
He's
Uh,
been touted to be the one solution that fixes all their problems. So let's see. Yeah.
Well, he did have a couple of good seasons with Chennai. Then I think he had the odd good season with Delhi. But there's been a
DD.
bit of
Yeah.
up and down, up and down performances. Then there's Moin Ali, again, who's coming off decent form. Then there's Shivam Dubey, who's played for India in the recent past. But again, as I said, you don't know how these players are. You probably would have backed them more to succeed on the faster pitches in Bangalore. On the slower pitches in the UAE, how are they going to perform? You don't know. They've actually got a really good bowling contingent. I think Umesh Yadav is someone who, over the last couple of years, has become quite consistent, takes wickets regularly in the power play. They've got Navdeep Saini, who I think has risen through the Indian fast bowling order, and is someone who is a solid performer. They've got Dale Steyn, interesting choice, a legend, but you don't know how much he's going to be able to play. And they've got a complement of good spinners in Yuzvendra Chahal. They've got Adam Zampa and
Yeah, that's a
Washington
very
Sundar,
good
who,
acquisition. Yes.
yeah, good gives them good options. As always, the question with RCB is they've always had the talent in the team. Can they make the combinations? Can they get the combinations right to make it work? There's some questions which are staring at me in the face. Who is going to be keeping wickets? Is it going to
I
be
was
AB de
about to
Villiers?
ask there. Okay. Yeah.
Is it going to be AB de Villiers, or are they going to go in the tried and tested route with Parthiv Patel, or will they take a punt on Josh Philippi, who is an unknown quantity on slower surfaces, but he's just had a fantastic BBL. Adam Gilchrist rates him quite highly. He was recently selected as part of the Australian T20 squad, which played in England. It was a shame he didn't get to bat. I thought, especially with Carey struggling in the T20 side of the game, I think he should have easily at least been given one game to go and show himself to the world. Um, but again, which bowlers will they play? Because I think they've got to try and figure out the combination of their all-rounders. Because I think they're also one of those teams which is light on specialist batsmen. So apart from Kohli, Devdutt Padikkal, and Aaron Finch, these are the specialist batsmen. AB de Villiers, if he's keeping wickets, you can consider him an all-rounder in his own right. But you don't know what sort of combination they're going to go for. So I think that's probably my I think that those are the biggest questions which the RCB team would be looking to solve.
Yeah. The only thing I would be concerned about is that most of the names, most of the big match players, the match winners that you've actually named, most of them are overseas players. How do you basically
Yeah.
fit them all? Like, are you forced to ask AB de Villiers to keep wickets because you want to basically cover up for an overseas spot as well as fill up the wicket keeping spot? Are you going to have a situation where you're going to required to play someone like a Washington Sundar as a bowling all-rounder because his batting prowess has actually left many of us wondering, is he really an all-rounder? So Moeen Ali has had kind of an indifferent season against Australia. So uh, yes, they have big match players. They are big names. Stain, how many games will he get to start? That's something that we would need to see. So yes, every year they try to rectify the squad. Every time they try to tweak their squad. On paper, they appear to be a complete squad, a complete team. But somehow, come the actual tournament, they find new ways of actually losing. So yeah, I think if anything that they lack is consistency in their squad. So let's hope for their own sake that the new acquisitions and the new combinations that they have thought through actually click this time. Um,
Yeah, so I think if it was left to me, I'd probably take a punt on Philippi at least for the first 3 or 4 games of the tournament. That would reduce the burden on AB de Villiers and free him up to be the explosive batsman that we do know. And if it doesn't work out, if Philippi really struggles with his keeping or with his batting, then you can always go back to AB de Villiers and try out other combinations. But
yeah,
I think it's worth a punt. That's my
traditionally, traditionally we have seen RCB produce good bowlers for India. Like Navdeep Saini is pretty much groomed under Kohli in RCB. Similarly, Chahal has been groomed completely under Kohli in RCB.
yeah.
So bowlers have come from the RCB ranks. It's now high time that Indian batsmen make their name despite the big names of Kohli and AB de Villiers in the side. Yeah, they actually need to stand up and start getting counted.
Yeah, and I think that's where my pick for the team is, and I think that's Devdutt Padikkal. Again, someone who is coming in
Yep.
with a lot of reputation in the domestic circuit,
India.
and
Yeah.
I think they're really keen to play him. So he could go a long way in alleviating some of RCB's batting woes, especially in the Indian batting department.